Hello, good to see you here, and thanks for your support. Today we're going to talk about, let me start over. I forgot what I'm doing. Okay, so today is day 12 of 14 of the Online Crew Video Challenge that we're doing with Helen Martin. And today our topic is doing an interview that's a dual live. So you'll see me and another person on the screen that I have asked to come and spend some time with me to discuss some things. And so we're going to do that. But and basically, I'll let you know we're going to be talking about mindset and business and how that how that works, and just a little bit about that. We're not going to keep you long. Just want to talk about that a little bit. And I love this person that I have coming with me. She's awesome. I'll let her introduce herself when I let her on the screen. So let me not keep her waiting for too much longer, but let me introduce myself. For those of you that I haven't had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Cherie Woodard, and I help business builders and entrepreneurs to be able to come online, use social media to get prospects, leads, and sales in their business. And I do this in a variety of ways. I use attraction marketing, lead generation, video marketing, branding, and other updated, modern, trending strategies and tips. So that is what I do. And I'm going to go on. And like I said, without further ado, I'm going to go on and bring on my friend here and colleague. And we're both out there building our businesses. We're in the trenches like you are. And we just want to come and share today talking about mindset and business and just a little bit about that. Okay, I'm going to go on and let her on now. There she is, the lovely, lovely Sonia. So I'm going to let Sonia introduce herself to you guys, and we'll go from there.
Thanks, Cherie. Such a pleasure to be with you today. I was so excited when you asked if I would be one of your interviewees. That's really exciting.
Oh, awesome. Awesome.
So my name is Sonia Van Stee, and I've actually been in network marketing for 24 years. I learned a lot about what not to do. And then recently I discovered the same company that Cherie has been with, attractionmarketing.com, which used to be called Elite Marketing Pro, and learned a lot about what is working. So it's been a really fun journey. And that's how I met Cherie, and we became almost instant friends.
Yes. Yes, we did. She's such a nice young lady, and I mean, she just brings along this light with her. It's a warmth, it's a smile, it's just her, and she brings that essence, and it just kind of lightens you up. It helps to brighten your day, and and she just had me was having some issues with my son, so we had some deep breathing stuff doing, and she was just kind of helping me with that. So I'm
Oh, thanks,
ready
Cherie.
to
You're
rock
so sweet.
and roll.
Wow, wow.
Yes, I am. And thank you so much. So now, like Sonia said, she's been in the business for about 24 years. I've been in it off and on for about 20 plus years. And but the one thing that I continue as we continue to learn and grow, the one thing that I really have gotten into and really like to be and to give other people information about and content about is about our mindsets and what that means in our business. Does it actually have an effect? Is it important? Is it not important? Is it nothing? That kind of thing. So, Sonia, I'm going to ask this question of you. So, when you think about your business, when you think about your mindset, can you just tell me, your thoughts around the two, and do they actually match? Is there something in there where they're supposed to go together or not?
That's a great question. Um, I definitely think that mindset is very important, and not just in business, but it is definitely important in business. I mean, think about it this way. If you believe that you can't do something, are you going to try? Probably not.
Probably
But
not.
if you say to yourself, oh, I could probably do that, then you're going to still try because you have decided in your mind that maybe I could do that. So there's a hope that's ingrained in that rather than, oh, I can't. And then your whole bearing just kind of, eh. But if you say, oh,
Exactly.
maybe I could, then it's like, okay, there's a chance. We can give this a shot. And there's a whole different your vibration, your vibe goes up when you say maybe I can versus what if I can't. So I definitely think that mindset is important. And like I said, not just in business, but in your daily life. Like if you want to accomplish something in your business, or if you
Sorry.
know you have a certain goal and you've convinced yourself, oh, I'll never make that, then I guarantee you won't, because you're not even going to try. You're not, you may kind of half try, but you're not really going to give it your best effort. But if you have a goal and you are mentally like jived, you're like, I can totally do this. I don't know how and I don't know when I'm going to make it there, but I am going to get there. Then your whole being is like, okay, so how can I do this? And your brain goes into creative mode, and suddenly you're like, okay, well, I could try this, or I could do that, or I could do that. And then you talk to somebody, you're all excited, and they're like, oh, have you tried this? And you're like, oh my goodness, I never even thought of that. And like it's contagious, your energy, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then suddenly you're just like coming up with all of these ideas. And the funny thing is, sometimes it takes you in a direction that you were not expecting it to go. And you may not even end up in what you thought was your goal, but you're
Exactly.
still moving forward.
Exactly. Yeah, I truly, truly believe that. And I've started to, I try to not preach. Sometimes it may come across preachy, but I try to not preach. But I truly catch my some of my friends or some of my, cohorts in this business building arena that we're in this journey that we're on. And if they say, oh, I can't do that, or I'm really not so a lot of people say I'm really not tech, I don't know how to do that, I can never do that. And I say, if you tell yourself you can never, then you will not, because your brain will then say, okay, we don't do that, we can never do that. And it just continues, it's trying to protect you. Your brain, that's what it does, it tries to help and protect you. That's it's part of its function. I mean, it has many functions, but that's part of its function. And if you tell yourself you can, and I have proved this over and over with myself in my life, in my everyday life, in my business, and just in general. And like she said, everyday life, I usually tag on when I do lives, I'll put on in your business and in your life in general, or in your everyday life, because it's so important that we understand that. Because when you do that, and then I have a quick story for you and keep my eye on the time. So, because I think when people aren't aware, they beat themselves down and defeat themselves before they really get a chance to even try it. If something bad happens, okay, so I worked with a nurse. We worked in the ICU. I'm a registered nurse by trade, from back in the day. And so this one nurse, she would just have these bad days. And she would always just stand up there in the middle of the ICU, which is one of the areas that I worked. And she would say, this just always happens. Everything bad always happens to me. And I didn't know back then, but I didn't feel comfortable. I almost poked myself in the eye trying to keep these glasses up. I didn't really know, what to say to her, but when she said it, it just didn't feel right. But I didn't back in that. I mean, that was way back before I started really getting into, being self-aware and knowing how important that was. And, as she continued to say that, bad things did continue to happen, because she never gave herself a chance to say, I don't care what happens today. I'm going to make it done. I'm going to do the best that I can. I'm going to get things done, take care of my patients, and we're going to get the heck out of here, come back and start another day. she would never say that. And so she continued to have really bad days, and to where they were just frustrating, breaking, upsetting, tearful, just that kind of thing. When you tell your brain something, it goes about trying to make sure that you get just what you said. So we
Yeah,
live
because it
a
doesn't,
reality. Yeah,
your subconscious doesn't want to make you out to be a liar. And so it will look for proof of what you just said.
exactly.
So if you say, I'm just everything bad happens to me, your brain subconsciously starts looking for all of the bad things. And it's like they say, what you look for, you will find.
Yes, you
So if
will.
you look for the bad things, you are guaranteed to find them. But the reverse is true too. If you look for the good things, you will find them, which is
Definitely.
why gratitude is such a key element of mindset.
Yeah. And I believe that, and I agree with that. I'm going to move on to our second question. I'm trying to be respectful of the time of those that are here listening. And oh, I didn't, did I? I did introduce myself. Okay. I was like, because sometimes I forget. Okay. So the second question that I had, or the last question that I had was, what can we do, or what can you from experience or from knowledge, that things that you've learned, what can we do to help people to develop a healthy mindset, a healthy positive mindset? What are some things that you know of?
Well, one of the simplest ones that I have found recently is what I was talking about earlier. If you say, well, what if I can't? And switch that around. Like, if you say, what if I can't? Your vibe just goes down. But if
Right.
you say, but if you just switch it around, what if I can? Or say, for instance, somebody said, well, what if I fail? Turn that around and be like, what if I succeed?
Yeah.
Because it's the same scenario, really. It's just one side of the coin versus the other side of the coin. So flip your coin.
Yeah.
So look at, what if I succeed? What if this does work? What
Yeah.
if this is like better than my wildest imaginations? And it just puts you into creative mode, and it just really raises your vibe, and you're a lot more likely to be successful when your vibe is high than when you're like, ugh.
Right. Right. Because you don't manifest. It's not, it's what's going to manifest is, like she said, your reality. If your reality is, that's what you're going to get. If
Yep.
your, thing is, we're going to keep it moving regardless of what. Like I said, I had a little deal earlier, but when I came on, I was trying to, I was just rushed because I was trying to get this done, and I just had this issue going on. But it's sometimes someone can say something and pull you right up out of it. And Miss Sonia can definitely do that. She did that for me
Aw.
because I was really, really like, and I can usually pull myself back, but it was like I was pushing, the issue is trying to push my 20-year-old son out the door so that I could just have some quiet so I could think. And so I could do my interview without constant yelling and stuff like that, because he gets a little hyper. But she helped me out with that, and even something that hasn't maybe helped me in the past, it helped me today, a few minutes
Yay.
before we started this. And I'm so thankful to Sonia. I love this girl so much. She is like a spark in my life. And she's like a spark that doesn't die out. So
Aw,
I
you're so sweet.
appreciate her. It's true. And so I'm so thankful that you came on here, and that, we got to talk about and have a little bit of a discussion about a positive mindset. And I hope so much that it was helpful for those of you that are listening on, here with me live, or whether you're listening on the replay. Just drop me, some a question, comment, whatever that is for you, when you're listening to this, and I will answer you back. And you can always direct message me if you have a question about this, or you want to go a little deeper with it. But I just want to thank Sonia for giving her time and coming on. And she had an interview just before this. She's in demand, guys. She's in demand. She says, I have one just before you. And I was like, I got her. You know? Anyway, I'm going to go on and stop. But is there anything else you would like to say, Sonia, before we hang it up?
Sorry, I think I froze there for a second.
Okay. All right. I don't know if you heard me. I just said, is there anything else, any last thing that you want to say before we hang it up?
Yeah, just if you are struggling with your mindset, reach out to someone. Cherie knows a lot about mindset. There's a lot of people that you can
Yeah.
find that will help you with your mindset. So you don't have to be alone.
Yeah.
Feel free to reach out and, get a little bit of help. And it's not that by reaching out to get some help, you're not saying that you're broken.
No.
That's not an admittance that there's something wrong with you. That's just you know what? I'm struggling with something. I could use a hand.
Yeah.
So don't be afraid to reach out if you need to.
Thank you, Sonia. That was great. That was a great ending to this because that is so important to know and do and stop beating up on ourselves, reach out and do what we need to do. And I reached out to her really quickly and she saw it and she helped me. She just started, and so then I started doing what she was doing and then she gave me a little bit more and then I calmed down. So thank you. Thank you all for coming. And we're going to go on and get out of here. So take care. Today is a big Friday. I hope you had an awesome, awesome week. I hope you have an awesome and wonderful weekend. And you as well, Sonia. Thank you again for joining me. So we're going to go on and get out of here and talk soon. Okay. Bye
Thanks,
now.
Marie.